My name's Matt. I'm here at Platinum Cut Studios, and I would like to show you something that I recently came upon that has been very effective with editing drums, snare drums in particular. It concerns hi-hat bleed in the snare mic. I know a lot of people like to layer samples in their drum sounds to thicken up and further isolate their kick and snares. But when you spend a whole bunch of time getting a badass snare sound and there's all this piercing hi-hat in it, it's frustrating and it's kind of a waste of a great sound because you've got to find a way to duck that stuff out somehow. But anyway, so with the introduction of Melodyne ARA and Pro Tools, which happened recently, which I should probably mention, I don't think you would need the ARA version of Melodyne. I think you could probably just record the track into the third-party plugin and do the same thing. But first, I'll play the groove here. Okay. The hell. Okay, so you can hear there's it's kind of a busy left-handed beat. There's some ghost notes and stuff in there, and there's also the hit with the open hi-hat, and so there's a lot of other stuff besides the snare that's getting into this microphone that is inhibiting me from adding treatment to the degree that I would like to. So what I'm gonna do is open Melodyne, and if we play our track and look here at the hits, you can. This is our snare track here. You can see all these little blobs representing every hit. So let me just play the snare by itself. You know, you could argue it sounds like a room mic, JK. But so if we have the option now, instead of gating or ducking or sidechaining, we can actually select every hit, every sound that we don't want in this track, and isolate just those snare hits. And more importantly, it allows us to also keep the ghost notes in. A lot of times when you gate a snare drum, you gate out the ghost notes and they only appear in the overheads or the room mics, and it doesn't sound as good, obviously. So the first little blob, that's a floor tom. In fact, I don't think I hear a snare drum until this big one here. So I'm just gonna delete all of this. And now, so for instance, there's a hi-hat hit here. So I'm going to split, delete that, and let's hear. And so look, there's a kick here. Let's delete that. That's a little hi-hat bleed. Let's try now. So you can probably get the idea by this point. You get, you can be very particular and very specific and surgical with what you let remain in your track, and that enables you to do things like add a bunch of high end that would normally bring the hi hat out too much to and render it unusable. Now you can compress the fire out of the snare track. You can add a nice high sheen without amplifying the hi-hats, especially in a beat like this where it's a little more busy. So of course I've got the finished product here. I'll let you look at the melodyne and see what it looks like, and I'll let you hear it. And there you have it. You can, it gives you the freedom to edit your snare track to a lot more extreme degree than you could before. Anyway, yeah, that's my little tip. I hope you find it useful.